Let's bring in our meteorologist now, Bradlyn Oakes, for more. Bradlyn, the Sky News weather team have released their severe weather season forecast today. Can you start by telling us what this means for our temperatures for this upcoming season?
Well, we are watching for temperatures that are going to be warmer than average. So we are anticipating that things across the entirety of the country are going to be warm. In particular, through the north, central, and east, we're looking at a lot of areas with a 90% chance of being warmer than average. This does include Brisbane and Sydney. Now, don't rule out our southern capitals, Adelaide, Melbourne, as well as down through Hobart, have about a 65 to 70% chance of being above average. Now, a big part of this story is our climate drivers. We're currently in an El Nino as well as a positive Indian Ocean Dipole. Now, when you add both of those together, then the impact really stretch across the entirety of the country because they impact different areas, bringing the heat. But you add them both together, we see hotter conditions really taking hold as we head through our severe weather season of October through to April. Now, this severe weather season is likely to be in the top 3 of warmest since 1910, since records began. Also, we're likely to see the hottest temperature ever recorded in Australia of 50.7. We're likely to see that record broken throughout this year as heat really does take hold. Now, our climate drivers also influence the amount of heat waves that we're likely to see. And through spring, we're likely to see a lot of the country, especially along the east and then through the north, having an above average potential for those heat waves. We already saw an early season heat wave in areas of New South Wales. So a lot more heat and drier conditions really building in this severe weather season.
So, Bradlyn, what about storms, rain and cyclones then?
Well, something we're definitely watching. We're really likely to see below average rainfall across the entirety of the country. When it comes to our thunderstorms, eastern areas about average, southern areas below average, northern areas above average. So capital cities we're watching for the most severe weather days, Brisbane as well as Sydney. Now, as for those tropical cyclones, the last time we had these climate drivers working together was in 2015 to 2016, and that became the least severe tropical cyclone season since the late 1960s. So we're likely to see a very below average season this year, but every season on record has had at least one cyclone make landfall, and we're likely to see 1 to 3 this upcoming season.
Yeah, a fascinating report and interesting conditions ahead. Bradlyn Oakes, thank you for that update.